Alrighty, guys, and we are coming at you live on the second week of the Hilliard Cybercats Esports League of Legends game against Stanton Blue Devils, a Stanton College preparatory school. And this is probably going to be a pretty feisty matchup looking ahead at players' ranks, which we've said isn't everything, but is definitely something. And I am Meister Pants, aka Mrs. Sturman, coming at you with my co-caster and life partner, Peter Sturman Wilson, aka Arya Deva.
Hello, hello.
What are you thinking about this?
All right, so we have the bans coming out towards that mid laner from the red side and also the Ashe ban. I know those are champions that team has been doing quite well on recently, so we'll see how it goes. The Samira locked in, though, instantly, so the ADC is confident trying out that new champion that is so oppressive right now. We'll see how that goes. And the Fiora Respect ban, we saw how that went last week. Certainly a Bubble Puppy special. And the Vladimir and the Zoe for Asp Noob. I think he's been playing those a lot recently, and Zoe obviously is one trick from way back when. So we'll see what we pick on the red side.
Too.
Yep.
And Samira is, I mean, that's just even something that, because she's a newer champ, you know, the players haven't played against as much, and especially if Cody Dunn.
Cody Dunn, yep.
Cody Dunn.
Reference to Cody's son, the pro player.
Oh, that's actually pretty cute. That's cute, Cody Dunn. Okay. But if they can capitalize on that, that'll be a good thing for them. So
absolutely. And those new champions, always a little bit on the strong side. I think anyone that has extensive experience with Riot Games release champions knows that. So we have the
Graves.
Yep, the Graves coming out, which is a very oppressive jungler right now as well. So certainly some strong champs, some meta champs coming out for the blue side. We do have the Warwick and the Veigar coming out for Hilliard. I know that's something that both Groovin Peruvian and Asp Noob are quite comfortable on, but we have the Fizz, which that's a hard matchup for that. Veigar, he needs to save his cage, make sure he stays safe.
Yeah, because Fizz is really jumpy, you know, bouncing around, and so Asp Noob will have his work cut out for him trying to predict and also, you know, not shoot too soon, so he can really make use of that. And also just in general, we'll see. Oh, Pike coming out. Okay, so
you know, that's really interesting.
Actual bird.
Yeah, I would assume so. And he's really been sticking to the Swain lately, so I'm kind of surprised to see that, especially with Samira. She can just W to block that hook, so we'll see how that lane plays out. We do get the Leona ban, so that's something I know their support is quite scary on, and is scary to pretty much any bot lane that doesn't want to get engaged on.
Can you give us a quick rundown of Samira's abilities for those who may not be as used to it, since she is a newer champ?
Well, I will have to write a novel because, as with any new champion, there is quite the laundry list. So I'll give you the short rundown. So basically, she has what's called style. And this is a new mechanic that is exclusive to Samira. And as she uses unique auto attacks or abilities on the enemy champions, she gains style points. E rank through S rank. E, D, C, B, A, S. And once she's level 6, she has the ability to use her ultimate whenever she hits S rank. So she does not have a cooldown on her ultimate ability, which is, again, completely unique. So it's technically a 3-second cooldown, but in all intents and purposes, it's really no cooldown. So basically, she's looking to weave in and out of fights, build up that style rank with all of her other abilities, and use this ultimate that's basically a mobile Katarina ult. So there's a lot of other stuff in there that I'm not going to bog down the audience with, but basically you're going to see her darting around, you're going to see her blocking skill shots, and basically being a mobile menace.
Wow, yeah, that is unfortunate. So they have to shut her down and position her how they want in team fights?
Absolutely.
Would you say?
Okay. Absolutely.
Echo!
Oh, what's going on here then?
I don't know. What are our cyber kitties thinking? But this is intriguing, and you know, this is the kind of thing, when they are facing an elo difference of this magnitude, they maybe have to step out of the box or do some things, you know.
You know what they might be doing? They might be flexing roles here.
What are you thinking?
Because I know that Phoenix has been practicing the Echo. I know that Asp Noob has been playing Pyke on the support, and I know that an actual bird also knows how to play the Warwick in the jungle. So I don't know. Maybe we're just seeing some crazy picks, or maybe they are flexing around, or maybe they just picked the wrong thing. Who knows?
We've all been there for each and every one of those. We have an Ornn locked in on the enemy team along with the Pantheon. That's a scary team comp. I'm kind
That
of
is a
scared.
that is a
Looking
very
at it.
scary team comp. They not only have that early game pressure from the Pantheon Samira that is
What?
so oppressive, they also have the scaling from the Ornn, and man, this minus that fizz, this looks like an LCS draft right there on the blue side. And let's see what's coming out here on the red. Where are they going to switch to? So no switching of roles, just the Veigar in the bottom lane. That was the wrench thrown in the normalcy. So interesting.
Phoenix started out as a mid main.
It's true.
So, that's
And when you're against an elo difference like this, sometimes you just need to go for that unexpected factor. You need to
yeah.
go for what they haven't played against, what they haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike a new champion, it's just a new bottom lane, right? So they are trying to play with their minds a bit, get in their heads before this match.
Yes. And we're going to do a quick shout out to our observer and the man behind the screen, Caleb Crowley, aka Egg and Toast. And a big shout out to all you guys tuning in right now and supporting us and supporting esports in this growing industry and thing that we're really excited to incorporate into Hilliard City Schools. So thank you guys. And we are having that spectator delay now for, integrity of the game. And yeah,
So we
this
can
will
we
be
can
interesting.
Yep,
Bubble
we can
Puppy on
dive in a little
Shen.
bit more into these matchups here. Yep, I was just going to mention that
Okay.
is something he's been practicing lately. A
Yeah. And
very
I
good.
like Shen when
Yeah,
you are
he's
in
a
a
he's a
5-man.
a very good team play champion. Excellent at helping out those other lanes if there is early pressure or trouble. His ultimate, the Stand United, basically letting him shield and teleport to any of his allied champions. So I know the Warwick is also something that Groove Improvium was talking about just before this game. He thinks it's really good, a safe pick that's kind of hard to kill in the jungle, allowing him to withstand the pressure of maybe a higher elo jungler. And Graves is one who is want to invade, so hopefully that works out for him. And in the middle lane, I was talking about the Veigar into the Fizz. The Echo into the Fizz is a very different matchup because Echo much more mobile, much more able to play around with that space that the Fizz can jump in and out of. And once Echo has that ultimate, he can also get back to safety if he gets engaged on, or he can even pull off some spicy turret dives on roams, depending on what he wants to do, and ult back out of that safely. So
And it'll
the Echo with the Shen is a deadly combination. That's something we need to be watching for if they want to make a 4-man or even a 5-man bot lane play, take away the early pressure of that Samira Pantheon, then the Echo can dive in, have the Shen ult on for safety, and then he can ult back out while the tanky Shen tanks up that turret. So
it'll be interesting to see after the game when we talk to the students if they went with the Echo Veigar switch when that fizz came out, or if it was something they were, maybe planning on going into it. It'll be interesting to see how they worked through that, in their minds while the draft was coming out. Also, we'll keep an eye out for whatever our observer Agan Toast shows us because he is the Echo Master. So if he points out anything to us with the observer capabilities, we'll keep an eye out for that as well.
The real life boy who shattered time, scanning back through the map time.
He is Echo.
And I would guess that when they saw the Fizz matchup, Asp Noob was saying, hey, this is a really tough matchup. Is there any way we can flex this out? So if that is the case, then it might just work out for the better all around. We'll have to see how the draft plays out in game.
We were having some speculation of if this mid laner on the Stanton blue side is maybe a low level Masters player. So I mean that's some intense.
Yeah, he's playing on a Diamond 2 account right now that's relatively low level, meaning that account has not been played on for a long period of time. And he was only ranked last season, and his first ranked season was Diamond, so a little bit fishy there on the Fizz.
Not fishy, fishy Fizz. I got you.
But
now the important part. Let's
yes.
see how they look.
Yes.
All right.
The Skinergy coming in. I mean, even though Warwick doesn't have the skin, even though Warwick doesn't have the skin, he's also green, along with
Yeah, and
Fireball.
he's kind of
There you are.
medley, with
Yeah.
like Shen's kind of medley and Echo's kind of medley, and then Veigar and Pike are going with that. So
And Pike always just wants to show off, right? Like that's kind of the champion. So the standout red kind of contrasting with the team makes sense.
yeah, and then the blue of the Shen, and we got lots of the faker repping the normal skins from the other team, but
Yeah,
the
but
pool party
Pool Party
Graves
Graves, so he's hanging out with the
with
fishes.
the
So
Fizz. So
yeah.
we'll let it go. It'll be a good game. All right.
And looking at the summoners here
Yep.
and the keystones. So the only thing that I would point out there, the only thing that's probably going to lead into item builds we'll want to watch for is on Phoenix. He has the Glacial Augment, meaning he's going to go for that Hextech GLP, also lovingly called the Super Soaker by the LCS casters, where he just sprays out that slow space to try and get those cages more easily. And let's see if there's anything interesting happening in level 1.
Yeah, we'll see if they choose to do 5-point or any invades. I know they have the Pike, but I know they also know to be cautious. So it doesn't look like they're going to do an invade on our side. Ooh.
Invading
But blue
into a
side.
Pantheon is very dangerous. So this is going to be the invade from the Pantheon.
Oh, careful, Ruben.
This is dangerous.
This is bad. This is very bad.
Might have to flash out here.
Flash it. Okay, good.
And I don't think he's going to burn down from that ignite, so he is going to live. The Pantheon does not have his Q to shoot over that wall, so...
But that is the flash gone, and that's just even intimidation, right? Like, that's, you have to flash for your life before a minute.
It's game knowledge, right? They know that they have a very strong invade comp against this one, and they're going on the side that you typically would not expect the invade to come from, more commonly on that bottom side of the map, so... it's common for junglers to come out for that early ward. No, we have another chase going on.
Oh no, you don't want it, guys. Yep, there we go.
Okay, you got away.
Yeah, we're good. And you can see they dropped the ward in the red jungle. So, it's just knowledge. And Fizz is coming in. This is going to be a spicy game. They dropped another ward. They want to know where red team is and what they're doing.
Breaking that last
play around it.
Yep. So taking care of the plants, taking care of tracking the enemy jungler.
I mean, honestly, at this level, sometimes they could even be waiting to see how they respond to the wave when they do these things, right? So, Asp Noob waiting there to last hit, but sometimes some people wouldn't do that, and that can also give you information as a laner.
It's very true, and we could see the way the Fizz danced in for that. Definitely a very skilled player. You can tell just by the way he's moving. And as we see this bottom lane developed, you can see them getting zoned off early. That's just going to be the nature of this lane. That Pantheon is very threatening.
Yeah. I don't like playing into the Pantheons and bot. Let's see, Bubble Puppy saying, no, I'm not going to be that intimidated. Now, how does the Shen-Ornn matchup work out for us?
So they are actually both very strong tank champions right now. So
meanwhile,
man, that was the level 2 advantage coming out. You can see that the red side bot lane still level 1. The Pantheon Samira at level 2 when they have the stun and either the shield or the damage from the Pantheon, and then the dash from the Samira. It's so hard to avoid that if you get stunned.
Yeah, and it might have just been from the zoning or not.
Yep, the zoning and not respecting maybe the range of that engage. It's really tough. And you can
now we can back it up, but we do have a possible gank coming in. We're coming in to get claps on this Ornn. Nice invading from Groovy, but suddenly Graves is on here. We have a 2-on-2 getting into this top lane, and Shen's like, we don't want this anymore. Warwick backing out, but his flash is gone, if you remember, so he is going to go down to the Ornn, and Fizz has already made his way up, causing the Shen to pop his flash now too. They are just making some good work of this map utilization, like you said earlier with that Fizz.
And you have to say that, I'm sad for Hilliard boys here for that play, but you have to respect that type of play from this blue side, right? Like they are counter ganking at exactly the right time, and I know that the top laner for the blue side is the lowest rank out of them. Like you said, not everything, but I think it was very smart from Groove and Peruvian to try and exploit that and go up there for the gank, but then the jungler knowing that, hey, maybe
they might do that
either, and then the mid laner even coordinating with that, shoving the wave and coming up there at just the right time to force the extra flash out. So
and now more vision with this scuttle. I don't know if we'd have time to run back to that first blood or not to see how that exactly went down, but you can just see the blue side coming in, taking control of vision, looking for a dive possibly under this turret in bot lane.
Right now, they're just going for the invade and vision, I think.
Okay.
You know, Graves is the type of champion where once he gets an advantage, he wants to live in your jungle and take your farm. He says, "This is mine now, and now I'm going to get ahead of you in farm because I can farm so quickly that I take your jungle and then my own." So,
And that's very impressive, especially for the Warwick. Yeah,
Yep, the
he's already
TP
been
coming out
killed.
from the Ornn, going back to the top lane. And in the bottom lane here, just trying to farm up safely. You know, they are really in the point in this matchup where that Samira already has that kill. They need to make sure that they are just playing safe and trying to scale. And going back to your earlier question just a little bit here in the Shen versus Ornn matchup, both very strong tanks right now, and it's the type of thing where you'll probably never really see a solo kill on either side if the players are playing as cautiously as the tanks can, unless one oversteps. But it is the type of thing where they're very much there to help their teams. The Ornn with those Ornn upgrades and with incredible engage in CC, and the Shen with his Stand United that we talked about in Champ Select.
Yeah. So it seems we got some question pings coming out in the bot lane, but looks like they just went back and now they're coming on back. We got Warwick covering, hanging out. Again, I think like you said, Peter, afraid to do too much because you know that Graves really can power farm pretty quickly.
He can, but you can see him getting his Grump back, right? The Graves invaded for the Grump, and now Warwick going into the jungle. We just have to be careful about Fizz, who might know what's going on.
Yep. And but Fizz is like, do I want this? There's still the Echo there. And so, you know, still dropping the control ward and then playing, you know, waiting out his time.
Good vision on the top side, spotting out the Warwick there. A great ward to spot from Tribrush and the river.
Yep.
Graves coming back onto the map. He might be looking for a Drake here since he got that information about Warwick being on the top side. We'll see if Warwick decides to rotate directly over, which it looks like he might be, or he's going to that Scuttle Crab. Graves does start up the Drake, and see if there's any kind of collapse. We do have mid lane priority for the red side.
Yeah, does the red side know this is happening right now? We see Warwick heading in there, so I think so. He might be trying to get this and be like, oh, there's a Graves there.
Look.
Yeah, come on, we're gonna have a smite fight. We're gonna see the Graves is still getting pretty low, but no one's collapsing yet. Here comes the blue bot lane, and Echo fighting off the Fizz. It's gonna be okay, smite fight, but then coming in, and the Graves is going to go down. No, just the Warwick. Oh, I hate seeing that. Echo coming in, trying to at least get one kill, getting the kill onto the Graves. That's good. Trying to back out with his life as Fizz chases him down, but I think he will get out. Fine, but the smite fight, the blue team does take that Drake. And they are dropping the cage to ensure a safe lead there, not quite getting the hook onto that Pantheon.
You'll have to see exactly what happened in that top lane. So you saw Shen use his ultimate, channel it down onto the bot side, but I think he was actually killed by the Ornn during the channel. So that's something that really would have swung that fight if that had gone through. So kudos to the Ornn for seeing that and being proactive and stopping it. And man, a good try from the red side to try and make it a 5v4 advantage in that play.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of what they have to do. It's good that Aspen was able to get that kill and then get out safe. Right now, though, it's still, you know, almost over a 2,000 gold lead. And just the vision is, you know, pretty much in favor of the blue side here.
Yep, and definitely an advantage in an assassin matchup like the Echo versus the Fizz is a big thing, right? It's the type of thing where both champion wants to one-shot the other, maybe in the top lane here, though.
Yeah, in the top lane, now we have Shen flashing on in there, getting the flash out of Ornn, and kind of bullying him out of lane there, not getting too much else. In bot lane, meanwhile, we have some more bullying going on, getting the heal out. Meanwhile, and now was that just the Samira? Yeah, so
we have to have
2v1.
who's bullying who in the 1v2.
No, that's what I mean. No, Samira was the bullier.
Yep, Samira gets the heal out in the 2v1.
Yeah.
It looked like the taunt was down on the top side for the Shen, so he was trying to get the pull through on his Q to get the extra damage and did force out the flash. So.
Ooh, and looking at the CS numbers, Samira is getting quite huge. Has off to F's move with a lead there, and also Shen has a nice CS difference there. But yeah, that bot lane's gonna be hard.
The bot lane's going to be hard to deal with, but on the top side, kudos to Bubble Puppy keeping up and actually equalizing the gold between them pretty much, right? A kill worth about 13 to 15 CS, so we do have a wave crashing into the one, so that'll equalize a little bit. We have a play here, though.
Uh-oh, and so we have, they know this mid lane might be trouble, so they're coming on into that Echo, and he drops the ult, trying to get out with his life. Can he do it? Not quite. Maybe he can! He dropped the heal! Can he get away? Maybe the turret's gonna kill the fist! Oh! Style points to Ask Noob! Successfully outplaying that 2v1 that has got to feel good. And getting that kill onto the Fizz 2. Nicely done. Okay, meanwhile, we got another fight going on here. Ornal coming down, but it will not. Well, maybe. Let's see. Warwick gets the kill, actually, on the open now. Have some party with the Pantheon game. Okay, and can Bubble Puppy get on out? Yes. Okay. All right. Whew. Lots of action going on. Go for it, Peter.
Break down here real quick. So a huge outplay in the middle lane from Asmoob. Huge kudos to him. That was insane that he lived there, got the counter kill, and a huge overstep from the Fizz. We have more action though.
We do have more action down in this bot lane. So now it's a 2v1, and they made it work for them. Pyke getting the kill, being able to share that with his bot lane brethren. And that was good. That's what you need to see. You need to be able to shut her down so they do not think that Pantheon can just go and play around the map because Samira can handle this 2v1. So that is very good.
And they can't just give in to the disrespect, right? If she oversteps like that, if she's saying, I'm so strong I can 2v1 you, they called her bluff. They said, no, you can't. We have Pyke, we have the Execute, we have the Veigar ult damage, so what are you going to do?
Now they need to be careful, though, and not die here, because this looks bad. You got the Pantheon and the Graves and the Fizz. This is going to be death. Let's see if Pyke can at least get out before anything bad can happen to him.
Good flash.
Yeah, that needed to happen.
Great flash. If he didn't flash there, that Fizz ult lands, that Fizz dives, and he is one dead Pyke. So
again, that's the thing, right? Is like always being careful what the power plays, and I don't necessarily mean like power plays. I mean the back and forth between the tower. You have to have vision. They had a great play on the Samira, but then they needed to have the vision to know how far they could push the wave in, when they had to back out, and now turret dive. Oh no! Goodbye, Warwick under turret. This is a fast-paced, mid lane or mid game kind of end of, laning
we're still pretty much in the laning phase.
Yeah,
here.
I mean we still have turrets up, but I feel like it's a mid game because so much has happened.
This is just some higher quality League of Legends where the team is playing around each other, right? You can see how dynamic it can be.
Veigar, you don't want to be there. Pyke's coming, but that is a lot of damage really quickly. The turret, oh my god, you breathe on him, he falls. You breathe on him, he falls. Oh, you breathe on him, he fell. Okay, let's see, this turret's going to be gone soon. You see the TP coming in here to the red side. That's Death. Shen also coming on into. Can they clean this up? That is a beautiful shutdown. You asked me, 600 gold. There you go. Let's see if they can keep it coming though. Warwick's back up and alive. This is a long drawn out one. We also have the Ornn coming in. Big Ornn also. Echo is dead. No, you do not go to Samira. Warwick running, flashing under the turret, but that will not be enough. Come on, turret, help us out here. Help us out here. Okay, one more, and okay, Ornn is down. Thank you, turret. We appreciate you, but ultimately that does land in favor of the blue side, but that was crazy. Whew.
What a huge series of map plays here.
It's not done yet.
It's not done yet. It is constant action.
I don't know. Do we want this? Do we want it? I'm not sure.
So with the globals from these teams, you have to respect how much is going on, how constantly, right? Having all of the players show up in the bottom lane for that skirmish started off with the tower dive that almost went wrong, but then you have the tankier members coming in with the Shen and the Ornn coming down, and I feel for Asmoob there, just one auto attack away from the shutdown on that Samira, which would have been huge to get him an even larger lead. And him dying there is really unfortunate, but you know, it was very close. And then obviously we would have a lot more to break down in the replay, but there's so much going on that I don't think we have time to stop
already on the Drake. Dropped a pink ward, so red side can't necessarily see this. And I think it's gonna be a clean pickup.
Yep, and he still has that.
Smite.
He still has that Rift Herald. He's probably gonna drop that immediately in the mid lane to try and get the play.
Smite. Warwick spots him out with the vision, but now we got Infernals coming our way.
And there is that Herald. The Herald being dropped mid. It's gonna maybe get the charge. Yeah, barely. Just barely get the plates, and the plates are gonna go down in 2 seconds here. So good
Feels
heads up
bad.
there.
Asmugo says, hey, okay, if you want to stay here, we're coming in, but now for 2v3, let's see if he can use the ult, get some damage out. We had enough time for Pike to come in, and Samira's going crazy. She's going crazy.
Man, you can see the zoning power of that Samira ultimate. If she hadn't had that up right there, they could have chased for those kills, but you can't just walk through it. It's like a Katarina ult, like I was saying. You see a Katarina ult, you just don't say, hey, I'm going to run
I'm
through
gonna keep going.
space.
Yeah.
All right, and things have settled out a little bit, and let's just take a breath and look at the gold.
Well, you say that, now we got some combat up in the top lane.
Missed timing from the Ornn there on the knockup. But
you know, it happens, these things
we have the Ornn all coming down, just to trade back a bit, but still advantage to the Shen here.
Hey, you know, but then there's a Graves nearby, and good for him for not overplaying that and losing all the minions and things like that. You know, you can't be led into it, because you never know. If you don't have the vision, you don't know where the other people are. You know, you got to be careful and aware of your surroundings.
Exactly, especially with the Pantheon ultimate, right? That can come down from almost anywhere. And speaking of Pantheon,
1v1ing the Warwick in his jungle. Nah, it's not. That's not pretty.
What a scary early game champion he can be, and into the mid game if he gets a lead, which he has gotten this game.
Does he fall off ever?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay,
you know, even if he does get a lead, he falls off. But the more fed he gets, the longer it takes an early game champion to fall off. So,
so you know, what is the winning condition
here? The win condition is going to be playing around the global as well, right? So Echo is definitely the most fed member. He can split push later, and I'm not sure that any single member on the enemy team can go into him, but with the globals, it's so hard to play around.
Let's see, we got the Sun Cage down, and nice shot down from the Pike, sharing with his friend, jumping back though, the Fizz is on him, and that's not good. Samira gets that kill. Man,
great heads-up play from an actual bird there, though. When Samira had blocked the Veigar ultimate, he immediately went in for that execute, so very heads-up, very great play there, but you can see that.
His ult got the Warwick. That's rough. That's brutal. Yep. I mean, you gotta feel bad for this Warwick. I mean, Groovin is doing a nice job just trying to get around, but there's so much pressure on him from his jungle with Graves, and you know, with all the lanes. Let's see, turret dive under there. That's rough. That's rough. Pop the zone. Your stopwatch.
And so when you were talking about the win conditions, they have a really hard time playing to their win condition because their win condition is kind of this Echo, right? He can get in the sideline, he can apply the pressure, but when you have the global of the Pantheon, when you have champions as mobile around the map as this Fizz has been and as this Graves can be, it's really, really hard when they're playing as a team like this, right? It's really hard to answer it in that way, so you kind of need to have the Shen on standby to help out with that split push if it's only one or two members that come. But if they come with that full team, if they rotate around, and if on the red side they're not putting pressure around the rest of the map, which again, it's difficult to do when you don't have the vision, then it's really hard.
It's hard with that. And, you know, we look at the CS differences between that jungle and that ADC, and that's really, really rough. And, you know, you feel like you're getting starved out, but you also need to be careful when you're trying to, you know, feed yourself. Echo is pretty mobile, able to dance his way out of this, but that's a lot of people. That's 3 people. We'll see how
the Shen all coming in.
Shen all coming in, like you had said, helping the Echo ult going down, but he's pretty low, heading under turret. Shen kind of left to defend himself there a little bit. You know, Veigar, you don't want this. Nope, bad. That's not bad, like bad on them, but just this is bad stuff for him.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my actual goodness, we have a hunting Pantheon, but he doesn't want to jump into this. Yeah, you're in our territory now, boy. Oh.
Man, a little bit over-aggressive from the Pantheon, but you can see he even still gets the kill because
he does get the kill,
the blue team are very far ahead at this point. So they
I mean, I was going to say that too. You look at the gold, I mean, it's almost, you know, it's like 9,000, almost 10,000 difference there, and that's tough. That's really tough to come back from. And hats off to Cybercats on keeping ahead, keep trying to make these plays, trying to do these things. You know, I don't get the feeling from them that they feel like defeated running down mid. Oh, and we have a TP in here on this. Now, I don't know, we could probably coming in and
we do have a TP on Askew. He's coming up soon.
Okay. So we'll see if he can make it out there. Ignite was dropped, and that goes down on him. But we have Warwick coming on in, waiting to see if any of his friends are going to come to play.
Yeah, that's hard, you know, because Asknoob did have that TP, but they didn't have vision on the rest of their champions, so they didn't know if they're going to be safe. Oh.
Uh-oh, Fizzle, not good, not good. That Fizzle's just brutal.
Yep.
Pike trying to get away, nice dodging of that. Seeing a little bit of lack of coordination, you know, which can happen when you feel like the game's slipping away from you. But again, still trying to make these plays, still trying to be proactive and reactive at the same time. And, you know, that's all they can really do right now as Heraldine, the second Rip Herald, gets dropped top.
Alright, and we do have to also keep an eye on those dragons. We haven't really talked about them much this game, but we are at Soul Point for the blue side, so Infernal Soul is so scary. When they have this much damage, this much poke to be able to proc that constantly, it becomes very difficult. And I do have to, again, say hats off to the Cybercats. I know if you don't play League, it's hard to appreciate the Elo there, but they're doing a great job considering.
Yeah, they're doing a really great job. I mean, and even just coming to support, like that was, you know, helping Shen while he is getting collapsed on there, and now they're all turning. Like that's, the fact that no one died within that is really good. Yes, we did lose a turret, but, you know, they're trying their best to answer and defend, in this fast-paced game. Fizz all coming down once again onto that Warwick. That's brutal. I mean, the Fizz is huge at this point. Along with the Pantheon, there's only so much you can do. Pike going down. Also to the Samira, who also is doing some work.
Yeah, the Samira flashed away from that Pike ultimate, not getting executed there, and it would have been a huge swing if they could have gotten that. So well played by the Samira. And
Echo looking to come in, trying to do a last-minute, you know, hero play. But there's a lot of damage that needs done, and he, you know, can only do so much. So that's, you know, okay. This was not a sub 20-minute game, and that is very good. You know, there's okay, you know,
little bit of BM there from the
little extra. Yep, that's a little extra, and that's, I mean, Pantheon really has been doing work this game. But you know, GameStop going back in, trying to get this Ornn, and oh my gosh, she's so close. Warwick wants it, but no, it's just not enough.
You know, they just have to
so
do it
that
at
is
this
a
point.
huge shutdown. 1,000 gold to Asknoob. Can you stay alive? Popping the Zonias, and the Raid goes down.
Okay, the Shen
Oh my extra goodness, get that. And the Shen coming up. We got the Zonias onto the Fizz as well, and then Echo knowing, can we get him? Can we get him?
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. He who, I don't know if you want that, Bubble Puppy, that's a big kizzy fit, there's lots of people!
Oh, the top! Oh, so close, such a great try. Oh man. And you do have to appreciate how close that was, and you know, you have to say that no matter how far ahead you are in a game of League of Legends, I would
it's
never
not over till the
recommend
Nexus dies.
DMing by ulting into the fountain, because you can see we did get the 1,000 gold onto the Veigar, and if they had gotten the shutdown on that Fizz that was so close right there, that would have been another 1,000 gold. So you know, you never know exactly how things are going to change.
Get him, boys, get him! Now we get the Pantheon 2v1ing. Get him! There we go.
Just like
that's what we do to BMers. Do not BM. Play the game as best you can. I always tell my students, style on them with your skills, alright? You know, because that's what it's all about. Some good sportsmen, like, playing. Because I've seen games where, you know, you joke about it or you don't take, and then happen. You never know. So, good on Cybercats for keeping going with that, keeping attacking until you're dead.
Right?
Yes, keeping that mental strong.
You have to really respect keeping the mental strong, going for all the plays they can, not giving up until the Nexus has exploded. And they might be able to collapse here, actually.
Yeah, because this Fizz is terrifying, dropping, you know, that ult, but Warwick's not quite dead yet. And Echo coming in now, he's dead, and Echo's like, dancing around. So just, you know, they probably decided, nope, it's not worth it. Let's defend, especially with
right? Yeah, they didn't know how many people were there in the fog of war. We do have that Infernal Soul coming up, so that's something they need to pay attention to.
I mean, this just scares me. There are some champions, when you see them walking around, you just get scared. They give a little support
any Fed assassin, it's like, I am a squishy mommy, I will get used as bait.
Yes, actual sushi. Alright, so now we have them, you know, bringing the farm to us. Literally, that's all that's going on right now. They're bringing them the farm.
That's the D-tilt mentality on inhibitors.
Yep.
It's like, yes, you will kill your own waves, and I will take all your farm. Thank you.
Yes. We got Pantheon and Fizz knocking on the bottom door turret. Let's see, we'll have a fight around here. Orin going on in, he's dropping his ult. And ooh, down goes Warwick again. Also, Asknu dropping that Zhonya's. Can he live long enough to get some damage down and drop the ult? I mean, how?
No, so he actually went for the cheeky play we sometimes see people do where you get the Zhonyas and you buy an extra stopwatch. Those two, yeah, the two invulnerables can be very helpful in circumstances like that. And we have
getting the kill up there. While Graves is just doing the Drake, so that is the thing, and that's okay. Because right now we gotta deal with the Henry.
Okay, Pykel.
Oh, nice, Pykel getting down that shutdown. Fizz still here, but backing out, had dropped a potion as well. Pyke swing, he's a fast little fishy.
We have a TP coming in.
And TP, this is maybe not as good. Flash out from the Pyke, trying to avoid that. We have Warwick back up running into here, but that looks like death for the Shen. I don't know. Here we go. Pyke's coming back in. This is a 2v3. I don't know if we want this. And now, yep, Fizz coming back on and looking for yet another double
now
kill.
they have that
to the
infernal
Graves.
troll. We see those procs going off, making these fights so hard, and this might just be the game right here.
Yep, we got another inhib down. We got a bunch of minions coming in on this Nexus, but over 25 minutes, we got another stun on the Graves. Can we pad the KDAs a little bit and, try to build up the mental for next game? We'll see here. Alright, dancing around. Oh, feels bad. Graves. Oh, that's a really cute animation though from that big art.
A great game to both sides. It's always good to see some exciting League of Legends as this game very much was, and maybe not over yet, actually.
Yep, we still got a couple more fights. We're going in into that Grave, saying you bullied me in my jungle. I'm gonna at least try to keep you off here a little bit. And again, Pantheon flashes out. Can they kill him before the?
Oh,
yes, they can.
The minions.
There we go.
Oh no, there's the auto from Samira.
That's okay. That was a good game. That was fun, and they kept in it. Proud of them. So we'll see what they learned and what they take to game 2, and we'll be back with you all shortly.